Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Behaviors Podcast with me, your host, Alexandria. So, welcome back to week number 2. I'm so excited that you have joined me today. And I just want to give a thanks to multiple people who messaged me via Instagram. I had a lot of people asking me about this week's podcast, when it was going to go up, and I do apologize that I waited until the very last end of the week. I'm a very busy woman right now. I'm in graduate school, as I said last week, so that takes up a lot of time per week. Just to know that there are people out there that are enjoying this makes me feel so happy. So we're just going to jump right into today, and yeah. So I want to talk about being 26. I know that this is kind of random, but I want to go into today's discussion about time. Time affects our behaviors, and I want to get into some different topics about time. And yeah, so I'm 26 years old, and for me, my place in society is kind of confusing. Being in your mid-20s, especially now that I'm 26, so I'm kind of like right in the middle of being in my mid-20s, it's just such a confusing time because literally half of the people who I know are expecting me to know the answers, to know my next career moves, to know what I want to do, to know if I'm going to plan on getting married or if I plan on having kids. Like, it's just all kind of coming at me so fast. And then the other part of me, or the other half of society, treats a 26-year-old like, you're only 26, like you have the whole entire world ahead of you, and make mistakes now because you'll learn about it later, and you don't have to have everything figured out right now. And so I want to talk about time and how that has affected my behavior as a 26-year-old living today, because I'm very confused. And I know I'm not the only person who's 26, 24, 25, 26, these ages where you're confused. And I believe like in your early 20s is okay. You're still kind of figuring things out. Like if you're in school, then you're probably focused on trying to just get through college, trying to recoup from going out the night before and then having to wake up for an 8 a.m. lecture. Like, life's pretty easy. Life's pretty simple when you're in your early 20s and you're going to school or you're working. But once you hit 25, it's like everything just changed. And a lot of my friends, they're a few years older than me, not by much, but a lot of them are older than me. And this entire time they kept telling me, Alexandria, like, when you turn 25, be prepared. Like, a mental switch is just going to happen. Be prepared. And I wasn't prepared. I wasn't prepared because when I turned 25, I still felt like I have all this time in the world. Like, it's okay if I don't know exactly what I want to do with the career once I get finished graduating, once I finish my master's, what I want to do with like a relationship. Do I plan on getting married anytime soon? Do I plan on having kids? Am I going to buy a house? Where am I going to live? Like, these are all questions that are consistently brewing in my head, and quite frankly cause a lot of anxiety for me. This is kind of just like my opening because I want to know if anybody else feels this way, feels this type of pressure to like know everything right now, because I want to go about it and do things that I feel like are ethically good for my soul. And I know my role in the world. I'm a helper, I'm a giver, I'm a nurturer. These are things of me. So I feel like because I'm 26 and I've had a lot of this pressure put on me, that it has affected my behaviors, specifically speaking with anxiety. Now, I don't want to sit here and say, oh, it's anxiety, because anxiety, as we know, is a disorder. But I suffer from an anxiety disorder. So I don't want to go ahead and chalk it all up to say, oh, this is the source of my anxiety. But it is a stress factor that definitely exacerbates my anxiety, and it affects my behaviors. It affects my willingness to just be in the moment sometimes with friends or sometimes in private settings, because I'm kind of always lost about where I should be and what I'm doing and if I'm doing the right thing, and am I making the smart strategic business moves that I need to make, and am I doing okay? And it's scary, and I feel like this is a topic that a lot of people don't talk a lot about. Honestly, one of my favorite artists, SZA, SZA, she's an incredible singer, by the way. I love her. But she has a song called 20 something, and if you need a good song to reflect about this time of life, if you're kind of confused like me, I would highly recommend to listen to that, because it was the first time in my life that I heard a song about someone just so lost in their 20s, and talking about just lost love and lost friendships and trying to hold on to, you know, the friends that you have now, and fears about the future, and am I doing the right thing? And it's a beautiful song, and almost every time that I listen to it, it moves me to tears, because my mom always tells me, today is the oldest that you've ever been, and it will be the youngest that you'll ever be. So take advantage of that. And I feel like that's such a powerful quote, because it's like, wow, today is the youngest I'm ever going to be. I'm never going to be this age again. I'm never going to be this young again. And when I think in that type of mentality, I have all these thoughts, all these plans. I start to really think about things that I want to do, and it's a lot to take in. So I just wanted to kind of talk about time and our behaviors, because timing definitely affects how we behave. And I feel like I want to be authentically myself, but sometimes it's hard. It's hard to really be who you want to be when you have so much fear of the unknown, of the future. And I want to take advantage of this, and I want to meet people, and especially I'd like to inspire young women and men, especially young women and men who are struggling with body confidence, or struggling with the pursuit of their own happiness, and figuring out who they are and what they aspire and what they want out of life, and just helping people find that happy medium of who they can be. So yes, that's the road that I'm on right now. And if anybody else feels this way, I would just love to hear how other people are handling it, or how other people deal with it. So in talking about time and behaviors again, 26, that's on my plate. That's all I'm worried about right now. I'm just trying to build my money, build my success, graduate on time. These are the things that I am truly just concerned about, worried about, what I think of most days when I go about my life. How to reach people, how to help people, and how to be successful, and how to look good doing it. So I am talking about this today because I had a message come in, and one of my female followers wanted to know, how can I become more body positive or more confident in my body? So I'm just going to tell you what I did, because when I was 18, 20, 21, my behaviors were strictly about my looks, and concerned about my looks, and concerned about how I was presenting myself, and concerned about what other people thought of me. This is all I could think of at that age. And that's because I was focused on body positivity. I was focused on body confidence. I was focused on, how can I learn to love myself? So I want to help you. I want to help you with the things that I did. When I was 18, I gained a significant amount of weight, and I remember I got a lot of stretch marks in my stomach. And they were painful. They were painful, and they were red, and it was not fun. It was not a good time. And I was so depressed. I was so upset with myself. I thought I was disgusting. I couldn't believe what had happened to me. How did I let myself go like this? Because all throughout high school, I was so meticulous. So I'm going to tell you things that I implemented when I was like 18 through 21 that really changed my mindset from that toxic mindset that I used to have. I used to have a mindset that I had to be thin to be happy. I had a mindset that I had to be thin to wear certain clothing items. I had a mindset that I had to be thin in order to be loved from my family and my friends the way that I needed it. And when I was 18, I learned that when I gained a lot of weight, a lot of people said a lot of nasty things to me and about me behind my back that I heard. And some of the most vile things that you could think of too, that you wouldn't expect your friends to say. And it was painful. It was super painful. But I had to realize that people project their own insecurities onto others. my weight shouldn't be anybody else's issue. If someone has an issue about my weight, it's not really because of me or my weight. It's because of their fear of weighing this or their fear of looking like this. And it's them. They have a fear. It's something that's been so deeply instilled within them from, who knows, probably childhood, probably watching a commercial, probably watching a TV show, probably hearing comments, going to school. Like, we all learn that fat is bad. All of us have. I don't think anybody is out there really praising or glorifying obesity. I had to learn that when other people said something about me, or when other people, like family members, expressed concerns, that it was because of their fear, because they've been taught that fat is bad and they're fearful. Therefore, they project their fears onto me. And I had to learn at 18 to not care anymore. Like, literally, I couldn't take that stress anymore. I had almost nearly killed myself time and time again, starving myself throughout high school, feeling like I was on the verge of passing out, having the most horrendous stomach cramps because I was either overeating or not eating enough, and then working out to the point of almost passing out, and just doing these most ridiculous fad diets that you could think of to lose 5 pounds in 3 days. Like, it's ridiculous. And so when you learn to just not care about what other people think, now this is the thing that really kind of irks me, is when we talk about the body positivity movement, a lot of people think that it's way to, quote unquote, glorify obesity. That's not what it is. In life, you're going to have people who are thin, and you're going to have people who are relatively, I guess we could use the term fat, right? We're just describing. So if we're just describing, sure, you're going to have people who are thin and you're going to have people who are fat. Like, it's just going to happen, no matter if it's healthy, if it's not healthy, like, who cares? It's just how the world works. You're not going to have the same of every body type. You are going to have people who are shorter than that, who are taller than that, who are smaller than that, who are fatter than that. You're going to have different skin colors and eye colors and hair colors. We have people who are just prone to being bigger. Sure, lifestyle may be a factor, health may be a factor, genetics may be a factor. Like, there's so many different factors that go into someone's height and their body size, right? So when people talk about the body positive movement glorifying obesity, it kind of irritates me, because that's not what it is. Literally, all it is a movement saying, hey, did you know that, like, there's more people out there than your average 5'5", 90-pound, blonde hair, blue-eyed, European style, future woman or man. And for the longest time in media and in movies and anything, that's all that beauty was portrayed in magazines. Anything. The face of beauty has always been a very European style, whether it's your height, your weight, your looks, your hair color, fair skin. We know this. Like, there's no denying this. So with talking about body positivity and talking about inclusivity in media, that's all it is. That is all that the body positivity movement wants to represent. It's not about, hey, I'm fat and you should think I'm hot because I'm fat. Like, it's like, people really think that that's what this movement's about, and it's not. It's just about inclusivity for different races, for different body sizes, for bodies that are abled and bodies that are not. We are different, and that's what makes us a melting pot. That's what makes us diverse as humans. And we should have a media that represents that diversity. We should. It shouldn't be a one size, like, fits all type of box where one person's going to be the representation of beauty and a leading role in movies and whatever the case may be. We need to have some type of diversity. We need to have inclusion. And so we need to have this talk. And I say this because I am a 5'11" plus size woman, and I am a woman of color. And In media, traditionally, plus size Black women have been portrayed as the Mammy character. So the Mammy character is the type of character that is not a sexualized character. It's the character that is always been known as inferior, kind of less intelligent than others, only good to take care of the kids, slow, overweight, uneducated, undesirable. These are things, implications, stereotypes that have been placed on plus size women of color. Specifically, I'm coming from a Black woman's perspective because I'm a Black woman. And I can talk about this because I've had this experience. And so growing up and dating, it almost felt like either people were ashamed to be with me or they were overly fetishizing me. It can never just be like in the middle. I feel like it took me years and years and years to finally find someone that was just accepting of me for who I am, because I am a good person, because I am a beautiful person on the inside. It has nothing to do with how I look on the outside. It's because of how I view myself, my worth, how I love my friends and my family, how I love other people and want to help other people and do good. It's never been because of my size, and there's never been any worries about that. And honestly, it's harming, and it's so harmful to the beautiful women that I know that are out there that just want to be loved from people that want to go on to be successful but have anxiety and fears behind it because they don't feel like they fit that mold. It's that little mold that like almost nobody fits into. And it's okay. If that's your epitome of beauty, that's fine. I think women who look like that are beautiful. But women who look like me are beautiful too. And women who don't look like me are beautiful too. Like, we need to quit saying that only one type of woman is beautiful. Putting that only one type of woman on a front cover and saying that she is the most desirable woman, because women come in all size, packages, races, heights, sizes, like everything. And not just one woman is going to be indicative and the top representation of what everything, the mecca and of beauty, like, and we need to quit doing that. It's damaging. And so that's why we have the body positive movement. So honestly, to me, when someone bashes this movement or when people instigate, it really just disheartens me, because I seriously can't believe how somebody could see a movement that is just trying to include people, just include them for the overall good of humanity, for the overall, so people can have ease of mind, so people are not literally starving themselves to death or putting bleaching creams that are burning their skin, or for someone who is suicidal in a bathroom because they feel like they're undesirable. Like, we need to stop this now. And that's what the body positivity movement's for. So I say, as advice, if you are learning to become more body confident, more body positive, then you need to join the movement, because we have so many articulate and educated and just beautiful women who are advocating day in, day out, and not just women, plus size men too. And I also want to add plus size men too, because this is not just for women, it's for everybody. But when I talk, I always say woman just because I'm a woman, and that's where I'm coming from my experience and how I can answer a question like this. So you need to, step one, join the body positivity community. So getting back to my behaviors and what I was doing at 18. So I took a very radical approach. I started wearing whatever I wanted, and somebody should have told me that some of the outfits I had on were not a good look. Because sometimes looking back at my pictures now, I'm like, oh, goodness, child. Like, I can't believe somebody let me out of the house like that. Like, like it makes you think like that. But yes, wear what you want. Like, I would say if you want to conquer body positivity or just gaining confidence, wear something that scares you. Because I promise you, you're going to go out in public and at first like, oh my God, this is so awkward. Is everyone staring at me? But literally by the end of the day, you're going to feel so just over it. Like you're going to be so ready to just go home and take it off and just get comfortable. And you're not even going to think about it the longer that you have it on. And then the next day, put on something that makes you feel a little uncomfortable. And it may happen again. But eventually in time, you're going to start to realize that most people in day-to-day interpersonal, like one-on-one interactions, anywhere you go out, are not as harsh as they are online. Use that to your advantage. Wear whatever you want. Go out in public and feel enjoyable. Feel beautiful. Now, I'm not saying go out and put on the shortest skirt and crop top that you can think of. I mean, hey, if you want to do that by all means. But I'm just saying, if there's a dress maybe, or maybe you're uncomfortable with wearing a pair of shorts, like start off with something easy. Don't go out and be radical and put on a bikini and walk around in high heels. That's a little much, you know. Most people are not really doing that. But I mean, if it's like a dress or something that you don't feel comfortable in, just wear that. Go out, be confident, be happy. You can do anything. You can be whoever you want. It just is a state of mind. And it is so incredibly hard at times to erase the things that have been implemented in our minds. I feel like I can say that because I'm too concerned about my looks sometimes, even for my own good. And sometimes I wish, sometimes I really do. Sometimes I wish that people could just see me for the work that I've done or my smarts and my intellect and my heart, but that's not how the world works. You know, we go off of our physical attributes and the way that we look when we're first meeting somebody. We assess them by looking them. We read their body language and then we look at their features. And that's how we can typically tell if we're going to like someone or if we're going to trust them or whatever, how comfortable we feel with them. So yes, I wish you the best. I do. Body confidence and body positivity doesn't happen overnight. So I would say start small, wear things that you want to wear, join the body positivity community. And then every day, just write an affirmation to yourself. Just thank yourself. Thank yourself for something that you've done for yourself. Thank yourself for something that you overcame. Thank yourself for something that you're going to do in the future. And manifest. I love to talk about manifesting because I really do believe in it. I believe that the way that we talk to ourselves internally is how we execute our actions in real life. And so if we're consistently degrading ourselves internally, talking about, oh, I'm not beautiful and I'm fat and this and that, how are you going to treat yourself? How are you going to love yourself if you're constantly talking to yourself about yourself? So wake up every day and say, I always thank the universe. I think I'm so thankful to the universe. Thank you so much for having me here today. And how can I help and how can I give back? And thank you for letting me breathe another day. And thank you for letting me see this beautiful and incredible sunrise and sunset. And thank you for this delicious meal and being able to experience love and happiness and changing the world. Like, I'm so thankful for these things. And so whenever you start doing that, and every day you say an affirmation and something that you're thankful for, and then you tell yourself something that you love about yourself, internally, that is going to click in your brain. And then externally, you're going to start to produce actions that are going to be for your good, that are going to help you. It's not an easy road. There are days when I wake up and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to do this. Or, oh my gosh, I need to lose this amount of weight by this time. It happens. It happens because confidence is not something that you have. It's something that you have to build. It's something that you have to sustain every day because unfortunately, we just don't have that luxury of living in a society that's always going to be kind to people. As much as I wish and as much as I'm confused as why we're not more kind to others, I don't speak for others. I only speak for myself. And so in knowing that, I can only be my own champion at the end of the day. I cannot rely on my happiness in other people's hands. My happiness comes from me internally. I can't expect other people to make me feel beautiful or to make me feel wanted because that's not their job. Their job, if they like me, is just to like me, befriend me, whatever the case may be, if family, to love you. Your job is to love you, is to take care of you, is to be your own protector and your own savior and to get you out of the hardest moments in life. You need to know that. And once you realize this, everything will fall into place. Once you realize that no one's going to rescue you but yourself. And I know that may be hard for people who are in a depression, who may not have that self-love. Believe me, I've been through depression. I have anxiety. I understand that on some days it's just so hard, but it's something that you have to do because you deserve it. We're living. This is life. Yeah, life is hard, but there are also some really, really, really awesome moments in life and some things in the future to be so excited about. And so it starts with loving yourself. Love yourself today. Be happy. Love yourself today and be excited. Be excited to wake up. You're in your body and you're beautiful and you get to experience life today, and you're going to do something, and it may be boring, and it may not be anything, or you may go on and you may have the best day of your life, but be excited. Be excited about today, and be excited in the body that you have, your amazing, beautiful body that is taking you through different experiences, that is giving you this life, this thing that we call life. We're not going to be here for too long, so just enjoy it and quit worrying about what other people think, because they're not you. They're never going to be you. And again, the best thing that I've ever heard, other people's opinions about me are none of my business. It's none of my business. What other people think about me, it's none of my business, because I am who I am and I know who I am, and I am totally solid in that. And so that is my tip to you. Body confidence, body positivity. It is a long road, but it is a road that needs to be taken. It needs to be taken in life. So speaking of Instagram and my brand, as you can see, this beautiful dress, I will be posting full-length photos on my Instagram coming soon, but the amazing company Yoin sent this to me, and we have some awesome discount codes for you ladies. So if you're interested, look in the description box below, and it will have all the information for that. And stay tuned, because on my Instagram, I'm going to have a few posts going up this week of me just trying on these clothing. So if you like it, then yes, there will be a coupon code for you. So thank you, Yoins. You're an amazing company, and this is such an amazing dress. Also, talking about body confidence, body positivity, one thing that I love is an app that is body positive inclusive. So speaking on body positivity and inclusivity, I love dating apps that are so inclusive and supportive of a positive plus size dating experience. So if you didn't know, I am working with the company Woo Plus, and basically down below, I have a link for you if you're interested in trying it out. It's a free app. All you have to do is go to the app, download the app, and there you go. So Woo Plus is a dating app catered towards, and if you are a curvy beauty yourself, then I would highly recommend it. Okay, everybody, so I'm going to end the podcast now. Thank you so much. Episode 3 will be out next week. Don't forget to follow me here on YouTube. Subscribe at ManzanaCurve. Also, if you want to see more pictures or you want to see more outfits that I have on for some awesome coupon codes, you can head over to my Instagram at ManzanaCurve. Thank you. See you next week.